Welcome back to Twin Cities Live at 4. We're going to introduce you to Cece Rohde. She's a senior producer on Twin Cities Live, along with Minnesota Live. She wears a producer hat to show everybody that she's very official, right, Cece?
Yes.
She's been on our team for more than 3 years. She's been with KSDP for over 6.
Yeah.
Her full name is Caroline.
I wonder how many people at work like walk around with the title on their hat, like what they are. Well, guess what? We've never actually sat down with her and asked her what she likes to do outside of work. So that changes today. So Cece is our guest for this week's edition of Watch, Read, Listen, presented by Chu Vision. Hi,
yes,
Cece.
and that's not really true, Cece, because we do talk to you about your personal life. That makes us sound like robots who never ask
Just
you.
not on the air.
Yes. Okay, it's really nice to have you here. Cece works so hard. She's a wonderful team member. But you're watching this animated show on Netflix. It's called Arcane. She brought a clip from season 1, so why don't you set it up?
Yeah, so this show, I have to be very transparent here. I had a different show picked out, but I have watched it over like 2 different sittings, and I just became obsessed with it. I was glued to the TV. So we're about to see the world of an elite class in the Undercity. The story follows the origins of 2 iconic League of Legends characters. It's a video game. They are sisters, and how power will tear them apart. Take a listen.
The Undercity deserve freedom. This war is not the way. It's the only way.
They took Vander. We need to fight back. I can help. You're not ready. Fly!
Wow.
Okay,
Chills.
the animation's captivating.
Yes.
I mean, it's beautifully done. Obviously, on a computer, you can kind of do anything you want, but it's like, I just sit there and watch, and like, it's really like kind of pulls you in, how good it is.
It felt very realistic, even though it's kind of futuristic. It felt like I was watching Star Wars and like a Marvel movie and kind of like The Last of Us all in one.
Oh.
I could not get enough, like I said, in 2 different sittings. And what's really exciting is that this show came out in 2021, but season 2 comes out next month.
Okay, so I do have to ask, because it's animated, is this like a kid-friendly thing, Cece, or no?
No.
Okay.
No. It is for ages 14 plus, but I wouldn't have enjoyed it as a 14-year-old. I think I would have been terrified by it. There's a lot of different trigger warnings. It's violent. It also has drugs, alcohol, mental health concerns.
Okay.
All right.
And but I will say, I know this is not my listen, but the music is epic. There's music by Sting. There's also music by Imagine Dragons. I could not get enough of the soundtrack. I've been listening to it nonstop.
See, I think soundtracks just make everything better.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're watching a sitcom or a movie or whatever, and they have a great soundtrack, it just makes you feel good.
I'm not really a fighter, but I wanted to go fight somebody.
I signed for boxing classes.
Boxing class.
I know.
I did play hockey for 6 years.
Yeah,
So-
well, there you go. There you go. You do some fighting in hockey. Okay, let's move on to what you're reading. You're reading about a child actor, Jeanette McCurdy's memoir. I'm going to say this, Mom. I know you're watching. It's called "I'm Glad My Mom Died."
That's
What
an
is
intense
this
title.
all about?
Yes, I'm on the Libby app, and so when I was on there this summer, and I read this a while ago, but it's still on my mind, so that's why I wanted to bring it up. And it was one of the titles in the audiobook that was available now, and Jeanette McCurdy narrates it. So you get to hear her side of the story through her voice, and her sense of humor comes out, even though she has such a troubling relationship with her mother. You can just hear her personality come through. I think it stuck with me because it didn't feel like other memoirs where it's like somebody just sitting on a couch probably dictating to somebody else, hey, you should put this in the book, put this in the story. It really felt like a full cycle of like her life and full circle moments.
Because her mom was abusive. I mean, her mom was really difficult. And what I have heard about this book, because I haven't read it, but it's been on my list, is that I think it kind of helps to give people a voice. You always hear all this like, my mom is my mentor, I love my mom, but there are a lot of people out there who struggle with a really difficult relationship with their mom, or their mom wasn't the caretaker that they needed to be. And hearing other people talk about that experience, I think, can be helpful.
Yes, and for so many people, a lot of aspects of their life relate back to their parents, or in this case, their mother. And unfortunately for Jeanette, she just discovered later on of like, oh, my mom has actually been leading to a lot of struggles that I have in my life. Yeah, so it's a hard read or listen, however you take in the book, but it has stuck with me.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Worth
it
it.
sounds like the audiobook might be just better, just because she's kind of telling it, and you can hear
I
it in
might
her
listen
voice.
to it.
You know.
Yes.
Maybe I will. Okay, that's good. You're listening to the original Broadway cast recording of Once. This is based off of an Oscar-winning movie of the same name. And if you know anything about Cece, she loves the musical theater.
Yes, if I had a proper hat that said theater lover, I would put it on right now. But I don't have my producer hat either. The musical Once is phenomenal. I especially listened to it during the fall. I got the opportunity to see it in 2018 in Minneapolis Theater Latte Da. I was captivated by this musical. As you can see in this video here, they are not only singing and dancing, but they're also playing all the instruments.
Oh, wow.
It's the story of this Irishman who plays music and this Czech immigrant in Dublin. They come together and it's almost like a love story, but it's more of just the connection that the two of them have. And the music,
So is it Irish music?
I'm not positive on that one.
It's just its own unique thing.
I mean, he has a little bit of an Irish accent.
Yeah,
But
it's a good one. The soundtracks, that's fantastic.
yes,
know.
there's a lot of like belting and yelling in it. So I love those kind of musicals where it's like, feel your emotions. But it's also very calm. The song Falling Slowly was really popular after the movie came out. And so that's also in the musical. It won Best Musical for Tony in, I believe, 2012. So
Great
oh
job,
my gosh.
Cece.
Yeah.
This is really fun. Okay, so if you ever wonder, like in Minnesota Live, who's running the show? Tomorrow morning, she'll be in my ear.
She's the one.
She's very
Senior
peaceful.
that's
producer.
me. I do have a new senior producer hat that I haven't worn yet.
I'll
be wearing that
look at
soon.
you. We'll get the theater nerd one too. Okay?
Yeah, it must be like a wide brim hat to get senior producer on there.
Yeah, to fit. You're right.
All right,
Thanks, Cece.
appreciate it. So we posted a link to all of Cece's picks on twincieslive.com. And don't go away, because we'll be right back after this.
TCL's Watch, Read, Listen is presented by Chu Vision Institute. Dr. Chu is a world-renowned surgeon providing the most vision solutions in Minnesota. Contact them today to find out why more Minnesotans are choosing Chu Vision Institute.